Hello and welcome to Stolen Droids podcast, the only place on the internet with more disappointing, unfulfilled fan theories than a WandaVision finale. Welcome to the show, everybody.
Hey,
I resent
don't
that.
talk about WandaVision like that.
I just did.
Jake does not speak for all of us.
Did.
He does not.
I'm good.
He doesn't
I was going to say
speak for
Jake's
one
not wrong.
ounce of us. What?
Listen,
Not wrong.
we are going to take a deep dive into WandaVision here in the coming weeks, next week.
Next week,
And
I think.
I will tell you where I'm coming from on that. But this is March. Happy March, March Madness. We have a bracket for you today to start off the month. Our marvelous March. It's all going to be Marvel this month.
Marvel.
Everything's going to be Marvel. It's going to be marvelous, except for Zonner, who is clearly DC. Superman shirt, Batman background.
I didn't think about it. I didn't plan when I put my clothes on this morning. I just grabbed a shirt. I should have grabbed my Marvel shirt, but I just grabbed a shirt.
I resent that as well.
Wow. Marley is just full of resentment this morning as we record.
She's a little bit bitter, it seems.
What do you have? What shirt do you? Is it a Marvel shirt?
No. I did have one the other day when we were originally planning on recording, but now it's in the wash. Not that I only have one Marvel shirt, let's be real here.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
A struggle.
All right. So today we are going to talk about the different heroes in the MCU. We are going to pit them against each other, and we are going to answer the question, which one should get the Infinity Gauntlet? Colin was going to help us. He has now disappeared from the stream. We don't know where he's gone.
He just left.
Did
he? So did he get snapped by Thanos?
Yeah, I was going to say who snapped.
Oh, he said in the chat. Sorry, guys, I'll be right back.
All right. So we will stall.
Awesome timing there.
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't have just dealt with it. So what we've got a bracket.
Yes.
It is not a bracket that we came up with.
No.
But we wanted something that was random, at least to us, that pitted the characters that we see in Infinity War against one another. That way we can, have a death match, so to speak.
And the reason I suggested Infinity War was because there are so many characters that collide in one movie. And so it just made sense to pick that one out of all, instead of trying to be like, oh, let's think of all the different characters in the MCU. It's like, hey, guess what? They're all right there in Infinity War.
And I will say this, superhero movies suffer from this trying to cram too many characters into one movie syndrome. You can see it it starts with Batman Forever. Batman Returns does it, but it does it all right. But then Batman Forever, it struggles with too many villains and characters. The X-Men kind of struggled with that at times. We've seen it in some of the Spider-Man movies. But Infinity War, they have more heroes and characters than any other movie, and it works really, really well. And Endgame follows that right up. The Russo brothers really are able to do that and pull that off with so many different characters and heroes. And oh, hey, welcome back, Colin.
Hey, sorry guys, I had to go be a superhero and solve a network issue.
Well, we're glad you're back.
It was just great timing because I said we have a bracket that Colin's going to put up on the screen for us, and then you disappeared.
Yes,
we were like.
But
that wasn't planned,
along the lines of what you were saying, though, Jake, I think that the reason that those movies did the superhero thing so well is because it built up to it over a decade. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like Batman Return or Batman. What was it? The one with
Justice
Batman.
League?
No, not Justice League. The third Batman movie.
Batman v Superman.
Batman
or are you talking about the old
Batman
one?
Forever?
With Val Kilmer. Yeah.
With Val
Kilmer.
Batman Forever. Where they just kind of start throwing everything in there. And then, you've got Spider-Man 3 where, again, they're throwing everything in there.
Right.
They built up to it. And all of a sudden, you've got characters showing up in other people's movies, other characters' movies. And so it felt natural. It wasn't all shoehorned in and why is all of a sudden Venom showing up in this movie? Why are we seeing this? Why are we seeing this? It just it felt very organic and very natural.
Yeah, I love it, and that's a great point. I love the appearances by other characters in the movies. I mean, let's face it, Captain America Civil War could have been called Avengers 2.5 Civil War because it was basically an Avengers movie.
Yes.
But it worked really well, and I don't have any complaints about it. And, that was where the Russo brothers really kind of cut their teeth in Marvel, was on, Winter Soldier and then Civil War. And Civil War was really their opportunity to show, we can do this with all of these characters together and make it work. Mm-hmm. And I had zero worries about Infinity War being in their hands, and they did a great job with it. So
exactly. So
in my opinion, we don't have to go through the bracket. We just give the Infinity Gauntlet to the Russo brothers, and I trust what they'll do with it. I think it'll be fine.
How would they split it between them, though?
They get along. I think they'd like 50-50.
They'd swap it off, time to time.
Or they'd fight over it, and Mom would have to come, take it away.
Maybe. But I mean, they work it out as directors and put together good movies, so I'm sure they could figure it out with the Infinity Gauntlet. I don't know. But let's do this. Let's get this bracket up on the screen, Colin, because it's going to take us a while to get through this bracket. Some of them are going to be easy. All right, so this is the question that we're asking. We're not asking which one of these heroes is your favorite between the two, or your preferred between the two, but which one should get the Infinity Gauntlet. And so it's not a worthiness thing either, because Thanos didn't have to be worthy to get the Infinity Gauntlet. He just had to be able to use the Infinity Gauntlet. It's not like Mjolnir, where you have to be a certain level of worthy to wield it.
Yeah.
But I think there's a certain amount of power that goes there. And so what we've got the brackets. This is, if you haven't seen a bracket, you've apparently never lived through March in the United States. But that's what this is. We've got the characters, the heroes in pairs, and we're just going to start at the top and work our way through. So, Colin, tell us. Okay, here's the question:
Are we going to put this as their full potential as of Endgame? Or are we doing it as of Infinity War?
I think we can go their full potential as of Endgame.
Okay.
So anything after? No.
Well, we haven't seen a whole lot from most of them after Endgame, but yes, that plays a role for a couple of them.
Yeah,
so I would say
let's
cut it off at Endgame. Yeah,
but okay. Yeah.
Are we factoring comics into this at all, or are we just looking at the MCU?
We need to just stick with the movies.
Okay.
And if we come to a tying vote, Kamala gets the deciding vote. So let's go ahead and begin.
Perfect.
That was a political joke. I apologize. Let's move forward.
Oh, I thought you meant Kamala Khan. I was like, is she in here?
No, Kamala Harris, the vice president.
Oh, gotcha.
Because the Senate right now is
a Senate joke.
Yeah, it's a Senate joke.
I did get the joke.
You're
Jake.
so funny, Jake.
It wasn't funny. It didn't land. I knew it the minute I said it. So let's just move forward. All right. So who do we have first, Colin? What's our first match?
We got Captain America and Nebula. And I mean, I think it's safe to say Captain America.
Yeah. Is that even a matchup?
Sorry, Nebula.
Well, I love Nebula, but I agree. Captain America, between those two, and maybe that's what it is. Who do I want to see have the Infinity Gauntlet? I don't know what Nebula is going to do with it. Cap, I think.
Nebula is a pretty wild card.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I think Cap over Nebula as well. So I think we're pretty unanimous on that one.
Yes. Captain America moves on.
Yep. So we're going to move him to the second round. All right. And who do we have next, Colin?
All right, next we have Thor versus Groot. Again, I think this one's going to be kind of easy.
Sorry, Groot.
Again, I love Groot. I think he's awesome, but I agree.
An amazing character.
I don't even know how he'd wear the Infinity Gauntlet. I mean, I guess he could grow out hands. Yeah.
By Endgame, he's still a teenager, right? He's again not at his full potential of Groot as we saw in Guardians of the Galaxy, and so
I think when he snaps his fingers and says, "I am Groot," that could mean one of a billion different things. So we have no idea what he's actually going to snap his fingers and do. Yeah, I think Thor. But Thor's an interesting case because when we're looking at Thor at the end of Endgame, he's barely putting the pieces of his, like, he's barely coming back to that Thor that we know through the MCU.
Yeah.
And we get a little bit of that depressed Thor. So but I still would give it to him over Groot.
Oh yeah,
especially teenage Groot.
Well, and especially after
snap his fingers, I am Groot, and who knows what he just did.
And it's also not totally fair either, because like Thor is literally like he's wielding Stormbreaker, and the handle is made from Groot. So it's like, sorry.
Oh man, he takes him down with his own arm.
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of morbid when you think about it.
A little bit.
Maybe he uses Mjolnir because at the end of Endgame he's got both, so maybe he's using Mjolnir at this. I don't know.
I mean, technically Cap has it, so this is going to be an interesting debate here in a minute. So let's get to it in a second, though.
Yeah. All right, who do we have next?
We've got the Vision and Drax. Zoner, what do you think?
I don't know. I think I'm going to lean towards Vision on this one. His programming is such that I just think he's pure, you know, he's going to do what he's supposed to do. Drax, on the other hand, he again has that little bit of a wild card in him, but he's got that literal wild card where, you know, he's a fun character. I do like Drax a lot.
If he's not moving, you can't see him.
No. I like Drax a lot. In fact, I like Drax as a character a lot better than Vision. But I think Vision is probably the better one to have it.
Well, and the thing is the Vision is literally already wielding an Infinity Stone, so we know
that is true.
We know he could handle it.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
So I say the Vision moves on.
I'm going to go with Drax, and I'll tell you why I'm going with Drax, because we're talking about where these characters are at the end of Infinity War or the end of Endgame. So if we're doing that, Drax is the only one between those two that could be able to wield it because he's still alive. I mean, so that's why I'm picking Drax. I agree with everything you've said about Vision. I would pick Vision over Drax, except I think we run. And I don't know how the Infinity Gauntlet works with Vision, because if he takes the stone out of his head, he's got to put it in the. I don't know, but anyway.
I mean, if we're going with our criteria of as of Endgame, then logically we need to pick Drax.
Well, yeah, because he's the only one between the two that's alive. So,
you guys, Drax moves on.
Yep.
And I agree. Is an interesting word in the English.
This changes things drastically.
Oh my God.
I just have to say, I agree with everything you guys said about the Vision, especially because he's the only one other than Cap that we've seen pick up Mjolnir, and he was the first one that we saw do it. But yeah, he's dead at this point. So Drax wins by default.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
All right.
Sorry. Sorry to be the downer.
Cursed logic and memories.
Okoye and Mantis.
Drax goes so much deeper in this tournament than he really should.
Oh my gosh. I'd say Okoye.
Yeah.
Mantis can put people to sleep. That's cool, but I don't think she'd be able to put her hands on her though.
No.
I think Okoye is a good pick, and I trust. Like, I'm looking at is who do I trust with the Infinity Gauntlet? Mantis would probably just give it to Drax, and I really feel like we at some point need to decide we can't let Drax have the Infinity Gauntlet. So I'm going to go with Okoye.
That's good logic there. I like that.
All right, Okoye. Congratulations. Yes. You move on.
Oh.
All right, War Machine versus Iron Man.
Oh man,
Iron Man.
I think Iron Man. War Machine's turning it over to the government.
Well,
yeah, that's true.
All Iron Man has to say is, "Hey, let's pull the fail safes in War Machine's suit," and then he's disabled. Like,
Yeah,
technically he's already disabled because of
Yeah, I think Iron Man.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Iron Man as well.
Yeah, and I think the hard thing with Iron Man in this is that, spoilers if you haven't seen Endgame, Iron Man, we know, gets the Infinity Gauntlet at one point, and so it's hard to get that out of your head as you're talking about who should get the Infinity Gauntlet, because we know he does at some point.
Yeah,
but yeah, I would say Iron Man over War Machine for sure.
Was that whole disabling War Machine a nod to his like busted up legs, Colin?
It was awful, and we really should. It was
terrible.
Because that's something I would expect out of me.
I know.
You guys have been doing this for too long together, so
it's a struggle.
All right.
Wong and StarLord. What do you think, Jake?
Well,
who was it again? StarLord.
Wong and StarLord.
From Doctor Strange. Man. I'm gonna.
That's tough.
Oh man.
Didn't he fail and let Thanos get away with stuff he shouldn't have?
His emotions get in the way.
Yeah, I will say this. I love Chris Pratt, and I love his portrayal of StarLord, but he has got to be the most irresponsible character in all of the MCU, like, period. The guy giving him the Infinity Gauntlet, he would just do something stupid with it. It would all be focused on bringing Gamora back, and we love Gamora. She's amazing, but yeah, I would go with Wong here. I think StarLord's more powerful and would probably actually win in a fight between the two, and he could, because he is, descended from Ego. He can
celestial.
Celestial. He can hold an Infinity Stone, so he's more likely to be able to use the gauntlet than Wong would. But still, I would rather see it on Wong's hand.
Well, and what we know about Wong in Doctor Strange is that, like, he doesn't. I mean, he kind of like what am I trying to say? He knows how to like take care of like sacred like relics and things. Like, so exactly. He would handle it with care. He's
a good protector.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I think Wong goes on. Sorry, StarLord.
So one of the few times I would like to see something like the Infinity Gauntlet in the Wong hands. Yes, that was a good one.
That was good.
Win.
All right.
That was good.
All right, who do we have next?
Shuri versus Gamora.
Oh, Shuri, hands down.
Yeah, Shuri for sure.
Well, Gamora's dead.
Exactly. We're in the same situation as with the Vision.
But
Gamora's off the board.
We do get alternate Gamora.
Not dead.
Yeah.
There is another Gamora from an alternative timeline.
Yeah, and the alternate Gamora is still like loving Daddy. So yeah, I think Shuri.
She's not loving Daddy. She left Daddy.
Well, but she still hasn't gone through the character
alternate
development.
Gamora, yeah, she left.
That Gamora hasn't been with the other Guardians of the Galaxy though yet.
Yeah,
and
Shuri is just awesome. I would trust Shuri with anything and everything. So yeah, I'm all for it. And she would find a way to beat Gamora. I don't care how deadly an assassin Gamora is. Shuri's like the smartest person. So she's like the opposite of StarLord. She's like the most responsible, smartest person in the universe, and StarLord is the opposite. So,
I mean, she's definitely a lot smarter than Banner in several aspects. So,
yeah.
All right, Hawkeye versus Nick Fury.
That's a tough one.
That's
Hawkeye versus One Eye. Here we go.
I feel like, okay, so the thing with Nick Fury is like, okay, he's a really great leader and all, but he just has so many secrets. I feel like he's too shady at times. Like, yeah, you can like trust him and he'll like get stuff done, but like he has secrets. Plus, we do know this. Isn't Nick Fury at this point in time just like off like sipping margaritas or something, and the person that we
not at this point.
not at
No,
this point.
that's
he was snapped
Far
away.
From Home. Yeah, he was snapped, and when he came back, Far From Home is when you see him on the spaceship after everything that
That's
happened.
right. Okay. But still, at the same time, okay.
Yeah,
but he still wasn't even around in Endgame.
No, not until they were snapped back.
Yeah. But he still didn't
do anything. Yeah.
He didn't show up in the final battle, did he?
No, he doesn't show up in the film until the funeral.
Yeah.
So I feel like I think Hawkeye deserves it.
I think so too. And I think it comes down to me, the government secrets part. Like I don't know what Nick Fury's going to do with the Infinity Gauntlet, but that guy's always got his own agenda. And if he got it, he might do something like bring everybody back. Yeah, but then he's going to use it for something else, like returning the stones at the end of Endgame. He'd probably be like, well, let's just, if we can time travel, we can wait a while before we return them. Let's see if we can do a few things with them in the meantime.
Yeah. You also have to think about Hawkeye's state of mind right now, right? He just came off this, huge run of basically murdering,
he's vigilante.
Criminals, yes, but like just straight up killing every single mob boss there is out there.
What's wrong with that?
Question.
I don't know.
Good question.
But given the opportunity to have the Infinity Gauntlet and bring his family back, I think that's what would stabilize him.
Yeah.
He's a family man.
That's why he's doing it. Yeah. Yeah. Good old Clint Barton. He's just a family man who's really angry when they all died, and that's fine.
My concern, if you give it to Nick Fury, is you may never see it again.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
And then poor Cap would never have
his dance with Peggy.
Back in time and dance with Peggy.
Yep.
I mean, again, we still have Cap, so.
Yeah. Again, spoilers if you haven't seen Endgame.
You haven't seen it yet.
What is wrong with you? That's my question.
Yeah,
if you
that's
haven't
a fair
seen
question.
it yet.
All right, so we've got Black Panther versus Loki.
Oh, dang it.
This is another pretty easy one for me. I'm going with Black
Marley's
Panther.
like having a moral dilemma here.
Marley, through your head.
I know you love Loki, but do you want him to have the Infinity Gauntlet?
No. He's shady. He's definitely not trustworthy. Black Panther is definitely more pure.
Yeah.
Yep. I
sad.
I love Loki.
Black Panther.
I love Loki's character, but I wouldn't want him making any kind of decisions.
Well, I mean, look what he did when he was wielding a couple of Infinity Stones. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, exactly. He tried to take over the Earth. Yeah. You give Loki a little bit of power, he's gonna
embellish,
abuse it. Yep, for sure.
But that's why we also love him.
All right, Pepper Potts versus Rocket.
So what is Pepper Potts's what's her, is it Starfire? No, not Starfire. What's her Rescue? Why did I think Starfire? I don't know.
Starfire's DC.
Thanks. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Rescue. Because again, that's who she is in Endgame. So let's kind of like put that into perspective.
Yeah.
I think again, like Rocket, he's always looking for like tech, he's always looking for like, oh, get that guy's eye for me. His eye, like he has like a, mechanical eye or something.
Yeah.
He's like,
trying to get Bucky's arm.
Yeah. And so I feel like if he got the gauntlet, what would he do with it?
I have no idea. It wouldn't be good. He'd sell it or something. And
I don't think he'd sell it.
He'd probably ask for everyone's, prosthetics in the whole entire universe.
Yeah, it would be weird. I think just because it would be weird, I would go with Pepper Potts on this.
I would agree.
I think she's the safe choice.
Think that with her suit, she could probably outpower Rocket.
Yeah, I think so too.
That rescue suit is pretty cool. I like the blue.
It would be entertaining to see Rocket with the gauntlet, though. I'm not going to lie.
He's like running around.
That would be awesome. I'm not gonna lie.
Groot, let's go. Oh man.
All right.
Well, this is really sad, guys, because I wanted Heimdall to win, but he's dead. So
Bucky has to win this one with our own self-inflicted rules.
Why did we make
calling
that rule?
it?
I totally would have given this to Heimdall.
Yeah, same here.
Then we've got to go back and take Drax out. This is the Drax rule. We have to follow it now. We've set the precedent.
But I think at the same time, though, Bucky, like he's proved himself to be better. Like he's wanting to be a good guy, you know. So I think if he did have the Infinity Gauntlet, like I think he would do right by it.
All I know is that Cap wasn't willing to trust him with the shield, so I don't think he trusts him with the Infinity Gauntlet either.
Ooh, that's a very good point, Jake.
No, it's that he doesn't need the shield because he has an arm.
Yes, that was it. It was a needs-based decision why he gave it to Sam instead of Bucky.
Yeah, he already has a vibranium arm. Why does he also need a vibranium
you don't need
shield?
more vibranium, bud. You've got it. So
yeah,
I'm going to give this
Falcon
to Sam.
Needs it.
Love it.
My gosh, I'm so excited for that new show, you guys. Couple of weeks.
I am too. Yeah,
Yay.
It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome.
It gives me like Winter Soldier vibes. Anyways, let's go on.
It does. It totally does. And
that's such a good movie. Okay.
It's the best.
All right.
In my opinion. All right.
M'Baku and Wanda.
M'Baku.
Wanda.
Well.
Okay. Let's hear it, Colin. You don't like Wanda because you're sexist is what it comes down. Racist is what it comes down
Wanda.
to.
I think she's awesome, actually. Thank you very much.
You don't like Eastern Europeans. I get it. That's fine. It's not fine. That's bad. All right. I'll let you
explain.
Let me
talk?
He doesn't like gingers.
No.
She's not even a real ginger.
All right. Wanda is not necessarily in the right frame of mind.
Fair enough.
Especially at the end.
Could she have taken Thanos down? 100%. She could have overpowered him, no problem. Is she someone that I would want with the gauntlet at that time? Probably not, because I think M'Baku was in a much better frame of mind and would have done the right thing.
Yeah.
But I also don't know that he would have been strong enough to hold the gauntlet.
Yeah. See, I don't think he's strong enough to beat Wanda. I think, like, I agree. I think M'Baku, like, I don't know that either one of them I'd like to see have the Infinity Gauntlet, but I don't think he can beat Wanda.
Yeah.
And I don't know that we've seen any evidence that she wasn't in a good frame of mind at the end of Endgame. She seemed pretty stable. Nothing that we've seen in WandaVision would suggest that she's anything but stable and fine.
Well, and at the point in Endgame, she's there and she's willing to fight and she's helping everybody, you know, and she's a team player, I think. And so I think if she did get the Infinity Gauntlet at that point in time, she would I think she would trust her friends like everybody else and they would help her to know what to do because she is a team player at this point.
It's true. She's focused at this point, and I mean,
she's an Avenger.
We know she's not going to lose her vision because she already did.
But it hasn't sunk in at this point. So she comes back and she's like, all I know is that I need to fight. I need to help my friends and take down this super bad dude. And the thing is too, she tore Thanos apart, if you guys remember. She literally stripped off his armor and really tried to get to take
the
him
most
down.
Damage out of anyone at that point.
Yes, she really did a lot of work on him.
Yeah,
to make him weaker.
Yeah, I just don't think I don't think M'Baku could beat her anyway. So
yeah.
All right.
But is this actually a battle, or is this who should get the gauntlet?
I don't know. We have so loosely defined what this is that we're kind of just playing
Let's keep
a
going.
dangerous game.
We're too far in.
Let's just keep going.
Late. Yeah, exactly.
All right.
So we've got Falcon, Ant-Man. This is a fight that I'd love to see because obviously the history here. I love that he calls him regular size man at certain points in the movie. I would pick Falcon here. I
agree.
Yeah, I think Sam is just awesome. He's one of my favorite characters in the MCU. But I really like Ant-Man too. So it's not like he's not one of my favorite characters.
I feel like Ant-Man would squash him like a bug.
No, Giant Man would squash him like a bug.
I mean, think about it. Like all Ant-Man needs to do is become supersized and just grip him, and I mean, his armor's down for the count, right?
But
there ain't no more flying Falcon. There ain't no more of his tools. He might have his guns left, but his guns aren't enough to take down Ant-Man.
But the question is, who should get the gauntlet, not who would kick whose butt.
We keep changing what the question is.
It keeps going back and forth here.
I think Falcon.
All right.
Who do we want to have the gauntlet?
Falcon.
I think Falcon should have the gauntlet.
Not to say that Ant-Man shouldn't. It's just, but given between these two, I'm leaning more towards Falcon.
Scott Lang is a convicted felon.
Yeah, but he's proven himself time and time again
that he's a convicted felon.
He's proven himself by breaking in and stealing more things.
Yes.
Okay, but wait a second.
For the good of humanity.
But wait, we have to consider that if it weren't for Ant-Man, none of Endgame would have happened.
Fact.
That's true. He did come up with the time heist.
Yep. Time
And,
heist all the time.
Listen, I'm fine with either one of these moving on. And I feel like we got to pick one. So
let's take our votes.
I'm with Falcon.
Ant-Man.
All right, so 1-1. Marley, who's your pick?
I mean, before I said I was leaning more towards Falcon, but I totally forgot about the time heist thing. So I'm sorry, but Ant-Man.
All right. Well, just because I don't want to create a tie type situation, I'm going to go with Ant-Man.
We can do rock, paper, scissors.
No, I'll go with Ant-Man. we got to move on. We got to move forward.
Okay,
nice.
While you're doing that, let's start on Doctor Strange and Valkyrie. I'm sorry, but Doctor Strange.
Yeah, Doctor Strange. He's already been entrusted with one of the Infinity Stones, and he protected it really well until he didn't.
And he's only ever had. It goes up one, Colin.
Yeah, it goes up.
He's only ever had like good intentions as well. Like even back when we knew him from the first Doctor Strange, like when the Sorcerer Supreme was being a little shady, he was like, "Hey, that's not okay," and he fixed everything. So Doctor Strange,
Doctor Strange for sure
is pure. Hulk and Spider-Man? Oh no. Okay, but what is Hulk's state in Endgame? He's not Hulk.
Well, no, he's not.
He's just the Hulk. It's what's his name?
Wait.
Bruce Banner in the Hulkbuster outfit.
Now, are we talking end of Infinity War or end of Endgame?
Endgame.
Because Endgame, we're
talking
Hulk.
full potential Endgame.
Is he Hulk in Endgame?
Yeah,
Why am I not remembering this? Oh,
remember,
Hulk.
He's got the glasses and he's taking pictures with the kids and he's giving tacos to Ant-Man. And he has the Infinity Gauntlet at one point in this. He's the one that snaps and brings everybody back.
The question is, can he handle a second time?
Well, he's got 2 arms, so he'll be fine.
Well, the glove only fits on one hand.
It's fine. I say yes.
I'd say Hulk goes on. Not to say I have nothing against Peter, but he's also he's still young. He's still learning.
Makes a lot of mistakes.
He's still coming into himself at
this
point.
I think the Infinity Gauntlet that they made that he puts on and snaps everybody back goes on the other hand than the Infinity Gauntlet that Thanos has. And so he could use the Thanos one on the hand that's not all weird and withered.
Wizard.
Yes.
Anyways, Hulk.
Withered Hulk.
And I love Spider-Man, but like he's gonna wish for like a girlfriend or something. Like it's just he's a teenager.
I just don't think
that's okay. He deserves a girlfriend.
Well, yeah, but he doesn't need the Infinity Gauntlet for that.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Go ahead, Marley.
I don't remember what I was going to say. I'm good. Let's move on.
Right. Well, this is an easy one because if we're going at the end of Endgame, then it's whoever. As much as I hate it, it's Everett Ross since he's alive and Black Widow is dead.
Is that Martin Freeman's character? Or
no,
who's Everett Ross?
He's Thunderbolt Ross. He's the general that is hunting down Hulk. He's the one that comes up with the Sokovia Accords. He's not a great guy.
He eventually
that doesn't look like Hulk him. Are you sure?
Yeah,
isn't that Martin Freeman's character?
To the Googles.
Yes, it is. It is. It's Martin.
Is it Martin Freeman's character?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Well, then that's fine. I feel better about that.
Well, we have to go with the Drax complex. So
yeah.
Sorry, Black Widow. Even though I do have to say, Black Widow though in Endgame she really did like step things up though. Because she like became the leader. She kind of like did her best to keep things going, you know?
Yeah.
If not for the Drax rule, I would definitely go with Black Widow here.
Yep.
With Natasha. But we set the precedent, Colin. It's too late. Just
too late. There's no going back.
All right. So here we go. Now we get to some more interesting matches, I think, because we've got Captain America versus Thor.
Oh my goodness.
I'm going with Cap.
Okay. Do you want to elaborate, or you just want to throw it out there that you're going with Cap? It makes for great conversation on a podcast, by the way. So
Thor at the end of Endgame, and not on his best game. Plus, you know, as we see through the entire MCU, he's kind of a cocky prick at times. You know, kind of arrogant. Whereas Captain America, he's just pure. He's always pure. He's always, this is what we've got to do because of pure intentions.
Yeah.
And
well, we already saw him take care of things at the end. You know, he literally took all the stones back and took care of everything.
Out of all of the characters, we know that he would probably use it and then go and return it. Everybody else, I think, and we just know that for sure because that's what he does. And so, I agree. I'm okay moving Cap forward. He is going to take Stormbreaker and Mjolnir both with him in that case, though.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. All right. I'm voting for Okoye on this next one just because I don't want to see Drax continue to move up in this bracket.
Well, and even not even just for that reason, but also just between Drax and Okoye. Like Okoye is she's a good girl, you know, she's gonna do what's right.
Think I agree. And I think that
Drax
she's
just gonna phrase something wrong and screw something up.
Yep. Because that's what he does.
It's going to come down to for him.
Yep. So I think we move Okoye to the next round. And then we've got Iron Man and Wong. I could be Wong here, but I'm going with Iron Man.
Yeah, I think Iron Man as well.
You know, I kind of lean towards Wong here.
Why?
Because Tony Stark, he's proven more than a few times that he is a little bit selfish and self-centered and tends to make bad choices. Whereas Wong has never given us that example.
I don't know what Tony Stark needs to do to prove to you that he would be responsible with the gauntlet more than what he's done.
There's no doubt in my mind that he would be the right person at any given time to have done this, because I think he's always had humanity in the back of his mind.
He's at everybody else's best interests at heart.
He's wanting to put a shield around the world.
Well, and he literally like sacrificed his own like relationship with his wife and daughter. So,
I'll give it to you.
Well, that's good because I think you're number 3-1.
Oh my gosh.
All right. So that brings us to Shuri and Hawkeye.
Shuri.
Yeah, I'm going with Shuri as well.
Yep.
I wish we could see more Shuri, and I hope we do someday because she has so much potential.
I agree.
Not only is she smart, but like she also like is willing to fight and like do what she needs to do to protect her city, you know, obviously, and like her family and her friends and everything. Like she has what it takes.
Yeah. So that brings us, I agree. I hope we see Shuri in the future in the MCU, and I think we will. Because I think she's got a lot to offer.
Mm-hmm.
So that brings us to Black Panther and Pepper Potts.
Black Panther.
Well, I don't know.
I would say Black Panther as well.
Okay, I will too. I'm just kidding. There's no suspense here. It's absolutely Black Panther, in my opinion.
Sorry, rescue.
I think he's going to be a little more to actually fighting. Like he's been around the block. And B, I just think he's proven that he's in it for the people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. So now we've got Bucky and Wanda. No.
Okay.
Disney Plus series fighting against each other. Who gets the Infinity Gauntlet?
If we're talking strictly fighting, I would say Wanda. Just because she's going to be able to rip Bucky's arm off, no problem.
I
talking
agree.
Who gets the gauntlet? I think Wanda's able to handle that better in the sense of power.
Yeah.
I
I think
she wants to see things turn back to normal, but also Bucky, I know will do the right thing no matter what.
I think I am voting Wanda.
Mm-hmm. I agree with everything you guys said.
What about you, Zonner?
I don't know.
We keep getting stuck on Wanda's bracket here.
Well, it's hard because like after seeing WandaVision, like my answers are so much easier now because I would just say her all the way, but with our timeline and our rules here, like that hasn't happened yet. So
part of me wants to lean towards Bucky, but then part of me is thinking Wanda as well. So what's the current vote?
Wanda.
Yeah.
Well, my vote doesn't matter anyway, so I can abstain.
All right. So Wanda moves ahead.
On.
3 votes to none since Zonner has abstained. All right.
Ant-Man and Doctor Strange. I feel like that's easy.
Yeah,
Doctor Strange.
Doctor
That's
Strange.
Doctor Strange.
What are you guys talking about? Yeah.
No, it's Doctor Strange. Just move him.
Right.
And then Hulk, same thing. I think Hulk moves over Everett Ross as well. So I think that bracket's easy. We got Doctor Strange versus Hulk. And while Colin moves those 2 forward, we can move on to Captain America and Okoye.
Oh my goodness.
I'm going with Cap for the same reasons that I illustrated earlier.
Yeah. I love Okoye.
Yeah.
I think she's a great character. I think she's a fierce warrior. But I think I would give the nod to Cap here.
Yep.
I think so too.
Especially bearded Cap.
Yes.
Well, and we also, at this point too, of course, like the other thing we haven't mentioned is that he wielded Mjolnir. So it's like, dude is worthy.
Yep. Okay. So we have Cap moving to that round.
And then, so now it's Iron Man versus Shuri. Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. So.
Okay. Let's hear it, Marley.
Okay. Obviously, we know how it plays out in Endgame with Iron Man. And I know I already gave my other argument before, with him, like he literally like sacrificed having like his life to be with his family and everything. But I feel like Shuri, yes, she's young, but like that girl is very smart. And I feel like she, given the Infinity Gauntlet, like, yeah, okay, she might like use some of it to maybe like help with some more like technical advances and stuff. But if she did do that, she would only ever use that for good. Like, I think she is one of the few people in this entire bracket who is smart enough to make something out of it, if that makes sense. And again, like she would do it for good. So my vote is Shuri in this one.
My vote is Shuri as well, even though I love Iron Man.
Oh, yes.
But I would love to see Shuri go on. And I don't want to have to pick between Cap and Iron Man. So
this will become a civil war.
Oh my gosh. I don't know, guys. My heart is torn here. Because on one hand,
I just hope it will go on.
Shuri, I don't know if we'll go on. This is tough. Because
listen, this is what we do. These are the tough decisions
for the MCU throughout the years, right? He's constantly been there and been fighting for everything. Shuri is relatively a new character to us, right? We don't know her fully in depth yet at this point. And so while I think that she would do what's right, I still think Iron Man outpowers her.
Mm-hmm.
And I think would ultimately make the right choice.
All right, Zoner. Your vote now matters. So, Shuri or Iron Man?
I'm going to go with Shuri, actually, for the reasons that I argued last time with Wong. I think that I've never liked Iron Man, in all honesty. I think that his intentions are often good, but I think that they are a lot of times, I don't know how to say this. They're self-serving in a lot of ways. I've always thought that Tony Stark was a dick, even back in the comics, and that's why I thought Robert Downey Jr. when he was cast as Iron Man, given his current situation at the time, just coming out of jail and the public perception of him and everything, I thought it was the perfect casting because he was Tony Stark. I think Shuri, I would trust her, and yes, I know he ultimately sacrificed himself and everything, but I would trust Shuri more with the gauntlet in the long term than I would Tony Stark.
So your argument was wrong with Wong, but it's right with Shuri. So we'll move Shuri ahead. So
I was Wong.
Yep. All right. So that brings us to Black Panther and Wanda. I want Black Panther to win this because this particular battle, not necessarily the whole thing, because I love Black Panther. Not that I don't love Wanda. I just really like his character. But Wanda is just so powerful. I don't know.
I would trust the gauntlet in his hands.
Yeah.
In his hands more so than just about anybody other than Captain America.
Let's think about the power of his suit, though, right? As soon as he takes a hit, he's absorbing that power, that energy behind that, right? So if he's getting hit by Wanda's blast, or if she's trying to crush him with her powers, is it absorbing? Is his suit absorbing that, and is he able to utilize that against her, or is it only if there's brute force that's used against him? Because it's that kinetic type of energy, right?
I don't know, but you've made a convincing enough argument that I'm going to vote Black Panther.
I vote Black Panther as well. Between the two, who would I trust with the gauntlet? It's definitely Black Panther.
All right, let's move Black Panther ahead.
Yeah, not that Wanda's not strong enough or Black Panther's not strong enough. I think it's down to trust with those two.
She couldn't keep Vision safe.
Listen, we've been recording.
Hey. It's not.
We've been recording for 50 minutes. We've been recording for 50 minutes, and I'm telling you, 45 minutes of those have been spent on whether or not Wanda should move on to the next level. Let's just move Black Panther forward and move on, please.
Oh my gosh!
All right.
Okay, Doctor Strange and Hulk. Smart Hulk, specifically.
Yes. Does Doctor Strange know that cool trick that the other Sorcerer Supreme knew, where she blasted Hulk out of his body?
I'm sure he does.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so then I think Doctor Strange moves forward.
Yeah, we've seen him do that to other people. So yeah.
Yeah.
That's a pretty neat trick. I'd like to learn that trick.
I say Doctor Strange. No question on this one.
I would concur with the Doctor of Strange.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange.
So now our final four are set. These are our final four. We have Captain America versus Shuri, Black Panther versus Doctor Strange. This is going to be tough. I think. All right. So we've got Captain America versus Shuri.
Okay. I have a thought. Okay. So I was going to say this before when we were doing Shuri versus Iron Man, but it also applies to Shuri versus Captain America in that Iron Man and Captain America, yes, they did a lot for the whole MCU and bringing us to this point, but their story ends in Endgame.
Yeah.
So with that argument and with Shuri and her potential to be able to go on and do more for humanity and everything, and we're going to get another Black Panther movie. We're hoping to get
hey, you're breaking rules here.
Okay, but I'm just saying,
the point of Endgame for the Gauntlet.
Okay, but again,
before anyone has done the snap.
Okay,
it doesn't matter if they're going on in the future.
Yes, it does, because their story ends in Endgame and Shuri's doesn't. So I think for that reason alone, she has more potential to actually like do something good with it. Okay, yes, we already saw what Captain America
but if you're stating that, then you would want Captain America to take it, because Shuri would not be able to stand the blast.
The blast?
Her body would die.
Oh, okay. But if you think about it, back to that kinetic energy suit that she built for Black Panther, she did that. So she could just create something else. But
it doesn't mean that her body can.
No, but she could create something. She could create something, though, that would make it so that she could wield the gauntlet.
We're in the end game here.
Thanks, Doctor Strange.
She doesn't have time to create that.
Okay, but I don't think Captain America could survive a snap either.
Shuri was gone after the snap, so she didn't have time to create anything.
All right,
Infinity
War. If you're doing that argument, if Captain America snapped his fingers using it, he would not survive either, because Hulk barely.
All right. Marley, what's your vote?
Because he's technically.
I vote Shuri.
Okay, Marley's voting Shuri. Colin, what's your vote?
I trust
Captain America.
All right. Zonner, what's your vote?
I'm going to Cap.
Yeah, I'm going with Cap too. Marley, I appreciate that you fought the good fight. And I love Shuri. I really do, but I'm going with Cap over Shuri. So it was a valiant.
We already know what Cap did with the stones, so we're all biased.
This whole thing is subjective and biased, so.
And I am always Team Cap.
I know, and I love Captain America too, but I really wanted Shuri to win.
Yeah. Hey,
the whole thing. I'm not just talking about this argument. I wanted her to win the whole thing.
No, you pushed her. We got her to the final four, Marley. I think that most people wouldn't have expected her to go that far. So.
Okay.
All right. So Black Panther, Doctor Strange. This one's tough. It's tough. Or maybe
I think I'd have to go with Doctor Strange on this one, surprisingly. I'm surprised that I go with Doctor Strange, but like we've said, he's already been entrusted with Infinity Stones. He's got a whole like building full of weird crap that can help protect him.
Well, and also, if you think about it, in Endgame, Doctor Strange, he is responsible for getting everybody there.
Yeah.
With all of his portals.
His portal menace.
He was the reason everybody got there. So I might be leaning a little
differ more. because the Russo brothers even came out and said that it was Wong that got everyone back there.
Well, he helped. Wow. They both have that power, but Doctor Strange, remember, he was the one. I mean, Peter said it. He's like, yeah, we all just like showed up, and then Doctor Strange is like, come on, we got to go help everybody. Let's go. So, I mean, yeah.
I'm gonna go. So what's your vote, Marley?
I think for that, I don't know. I want to hear. Does anyone else have any other arguments?
So, Zana, your vote was Doctor Strange.
Yeah, I think I'm going with Doctor Strange.
I'm going to use your argument from a previous round for my vote. There is no one I'd rather see or trust more with the gauntlet than Black Panther, except maybe Cap. So I'm going to go with Black Panther.
Yeah, that's why I was surprised that I went with Doctor Strange. Because
I was surprised too.
I was very surprised, but as I thought about it, yeah.
All right.
This one's tough.
So we've got one for each.
I don't know.
And 2 more votes to go.
I don't know.
I'm going with Black Panther.
Okay. Colin, you can either tie it or you can give the victory to Black Panther. The pressure is on you.
I don't know.
Great because you do so well with high pressure situations like this.
I don't know about that. Because
I do.
Part of me is like a Black Panther because like I want him to have a final moment of excellence, right? But we're also talking pre-Endgame or Endgame.
Endgame, yep.
But Doctor Strange did get us to this point. He is a very, very, very powerful wizard.
No, I'm changing my vote to Doctor Strange.
Oh no!
Great.
Why?
All right. So we have 2 for Doctor Strange.
Oh my gosh!
What were you about to pick, Colin?
I'm gonna give it to Black Panther.
Why? Tell me why. Tell me why.
Part of me hopes that the suit will be able to keep him alive.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I think just his general character and his worthiness factor, I think, is high up there with Doctor Strange as well. I honestly think that they're evenly matched with being able to harness the gauntlet.
Okay.
I don't know. This is too hard, guys.
Okay.
Why are you switching?
So, okay. No.
You're not switching?
I don't know if I'm switching because
why were you going to switch?
Because of what you said about Doctor Strange being such a powerful wizard and stuff. And I'm like, that's so true. Like, he could totally handle it. But I kind of want to see Captain America versus Black Panther. So that's kind of why I chose Black Panther at first.
Okay. So let's regroup here. Zonner, your vote is Doctor Strange. My vote is Black Panther. Marley, what's your vote?
Black Panther.
Colin, what's your vote?
Gosh dang it.
Go with your gut. Go with your gut. Who would you pick? Panther or Strange? Panther or Strange? Ready, go.
All right.
You did it.
Black Panther moves on to the final. You made the right choice, Colin.
You thought that was hard. Now let's talk about Captain America versus Black Panther.
Here's the thing. I'm just going to choose Captain America. Because Captain America is the most worthy person that we know.
It goes up on the line underneath Cap.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
You're probably right. I think Captain America is the most worthy. He can lift the gauntlet, right? He can lift Thor's hammer.
Mjolnir. Yep.
He has a rock of a stable mind behind him, which so does Black Panther. But with his superhuman abilities, I think he could withstand something more than potentially Black Panther could.
Well, Black Panther has similar superhuman abilities.
He's got Panther abilities.
Yeah, but that flower that he eats or whatever, that gives him that superpower.
True.
So it's not all just the suit with him.
He takes the poppies.
Yeah. I'm going to vote Captain America. That's my vote. I think he's kind of been my favorite all along. So I'm going to go with Cap. Well, Colin's... Me too. All right. What about you, Marley?
I don't know. Because, again, I feel like we're a little skewed because we already have seen what Cap does with the gauntlet at the end.
I'm not even factoring that into my decision. I haven't thought about that at all.
Yeah, because I don't think at this point we should consider that, right? At this point, no one has the gauntlet.
I mean, especially if we're taking it from the time of the Endgame battle itself and kind of just the immediate aftermath of that, it is definitely the obvious choice to have Cap be the one to take all the stones back. It's very obvious. When they showed that, it was oh yeah, this makes sense. Would we have seen Black Panther do that? No. Because at the same time, Black Panther, he has his family to get back to. Cap?
Yeah.
He knows where his family is, and he knows, I guess everybody is his family in that sense. And so he's I'm going to do what I need to help all of you because I'm kind of the loner in this group, if you think about it.
I think that Black Panther would still go through and return.
I think he would too.
I
think he would too.
I think he knows what's right for humanity in general, and he's not going to base it just off his family.
No, I just mean
Shuri would be in full support of him going through and doing those things.
No, I just mean because he's just getting back because he got snapped away too. So he's probably hey, I need to be there for my family and for my kingdom too. Yeah. And so it's not that he isn't capable. I just think he needed to go take care of other stuff. Whereas Cap is hey, look, guys, this is the end of the line for me.
Yeah. But here's the thing, it takes 15 seconds to come back. Yeah. 5 seconds.
So here's the thing. We're running out of time. So we need to make a decision.
Captain America!
All right. That's 3 for Captain America. He wins. Let's move him over.
Congratulations.
Colin, is that what you would have picked, though?
I would have picked Cap.
Okay, there we go. It's unanimous.
Unanimous. All right. So Cap wins. Tell us, listeners, viewers, who you would have picked and why. We want to hear from you. You can do that by sending us an email if you still do that kind of thing, because we have an email address, and it is, I don't remember.
Feedback@stolendroids.com.
Yep. And then if you're a little bit more hip and modern and you want to tweet at us, you can at Stolen Droids. You can also find us on Instagram as well as Facebook. You can follow us on YouTube. You can subscribe on whatever podcatcher you might listen to podcasts on. Make sure you leave a review and a like, because that helps other people to find our podcast, and we always appreciate that. And stay tuned for this month as we have more Marvel material. We will be talking about WandaVision. We will be talking about the new Falcon and Winter Soldier. Just all sorts of fun planned this month. So thank you for being here, and thanks for listening. Anything else you guys want to add?
Bye.
While the music plays?
Absolutely not.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Ba-da-da, dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.